Hello, Lagos. Good afternoon. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts. I know most of you are back on the road, so please, you head out today. Be careful, be safe, stay safe. Try not to get into too much trouble. Try not to try to be your brother's keeper, really, because I'm hearing that a lot of things are going on out there in the field today. So please do your best. Today is also 1 week since that shooting happened at the Lekki Tollgate yesterday. I have to mention, of course, that people continue to talk about the reality that a group of Nigerians thought that Nigeria was dying for, right? It wasn't some sectional or religious agenda. It was a national agenda. Those young people who went to the toll gate, who sang and who sang the national anthem while the army fired live rounds into a crowd in the dark of night. So today, as you go about your day, also have those young people in your thoughts. Also have those young people in your heart today. So we're still processing what happened in Lagos Tuesday, not just in Lekki, in Mushin, Alausa, in Agege, in Ajegunle, in all other parts of Lagos as well. I mean, you have a lot of these young people, specifically those who were at Lekki last week, now, who heard the gunshots, who sat down, who said, no problem, shoot. And they sat down and sang the national anthem and waved the flag. So it was quite the thing that happened, quite the jarring thing that happened. And I do hope that we find a way to recover. Now, on today's Big Three, as we kick off, we're going to talk about what actually transpired at the Lekki Tollgate. Let's talk about Governor Sanwo-Olu's interview with CNN about the Tollgate shootings. Let's talk about ICPC probing the COVID-19 relief material discoveries. And then let's talk about the Army's latest comments about its role in current events. Now, the Big Three will end early today because it's Tuesday. So at 3:45, we'll talk fintech with Valentine Ohu. Remember that I'm still working from home, so I'm not going to take live calls, but you can join on Facebook. Facebook is Nigeria Info FM. You can also join on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM. Community report will come your way as always. Chukwudi Ezekwesili will be here bringing that to you. On today's Big Hard Fact, we'll talk about police training. We're continuing our series with Chief Andy Oboforibo. Now, you get news updates at the top of the hour, every hour. We've got the news at 6 your way as well. And after that, we'll hand you over to Rufai for conversations. But right now, it's time for the Big Three.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three.
On the Hard Facts. On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
What did you think about Governor Sanwo-Olu's interview? Why didn't COVID and state governments tell Nigerians about their logistics challenges? And should the army be loyal to the government or the constitution and the people? Those are the Big Three, Lagos. Let's talk. Governor Sanwo-Olu has said that video evidence appears to show the army is behind the Lekki Tollgate shootings. And that's our first story. The governor said this yesterday in an interview with CNN's Becky Anderson. Here is that interview.
2 dead bodies. That's what we've seen from all the morgues, that we've seen going to hospitals. That's what we've seen, as records. What has happened is there's been so many things that we're saying that people have shown, but we've not seen bodies. We've not seen natives. We've not seen anybody truly coming up to say, indeed, I said, I'm a father, I'm a mother, someone, and I cannot find that person. Nobody has turned up. Right, I've been to, there's no scratch of blood there.
Who ordered people to be shot? A bunch of security services carried out things.
See, because there are cameras, facility.
Everyone sit down, sit down.
It's me that there will be military uniform, which will be army or something.
So you're saying that it was military officers who ordered peaceful protesters to be shot at Lekki?
Yeah, that's what
Lekki.
Yes, they were there. That's what that's what it shows.
Will that CCTV footage at the tollgate be part of the investigation that you have now called for?
It will be. Certainly it will be. It will be. Starting on Monday. They're going to be all available for the judicial panel to review. Will be.
Do you commit to a full investigation of what happened on the ground?
Absolutely.
And will people be held accountable?
They certainly I mean, we'll do everything to ensure that they're accountable. We'll do everything.
It's a very simple question. Will they be held accountable?
Well, I mean, to the extent that I'm not the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, I'm the governor of the state, right, to be out, we will channel the report, all the relevant authorities in the state to ensure that everyone that is found culpable is accountable for the act.
It's 2017, they announcing that the unit has been disbanded in 2017, announced in 2018, announced in 2019, now in 2020. They announced again. They just think we're stupid because you're literally just renaming this unit and expecting us to say, oh, yeah, wow, that's great.
The SARS, or Special Anti-Robbery Squad, has been described as nothing but a money-making terror squad with no accountability. Random. I've heard it described as vicious. I've heard it described as wholly set on extortion. This criticism will not be new to you, and in the past, the government has promised to scrap the group on a number of occasions. Why should anyone believe the government this time around?
The president made a pronouncement and says it's been disbanded. The Inspector General of Police made a pronouncement that it's been disbanded. Then the protesters, they went forward and said we want 5 for 5, meaning we have 5 other things that we want government to do ASAP. Some, yes, we could deal with within days. Some will take fairly longer time, a month, 2 months, 3 months.
What about the disappeared over the years?
The what, ma'am?
The people who have disappeared at the hands of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad.
Yeah, so that's what it is. People have claimed that, I mean, their friends or their family members, have been killed. So this judicial panel of inquiry is meant to bring, all of those stories to accountability, where we can make restitution, where the families can come and prove, and identify the officers, that are responsible for this.
Do you concede to the allegations that SARS is or was a money-making terror squad with no accountability?
Well, I mean, those are very strong words, and I think it would be very unfair to just generalize, everyone like that. I think everybody agrees that there's a reform that needs to take place. There's a change that needs to take place. There's some truth, that need to come on board. So, I mean, I've been one of the advocates that says, indeed, they should, be scrapped. Let us have genuine reforms. Let us have, better, conversation and around how we police our citizens, how we police the state, so that we can have a more enduring citizens-police relationship.
If you do not concede to the descriptions that I have seen and heard of the group, then how would you describe the Special Anti-Robbery Squad?
I think it's a group that have been trained. They've been ill motivated. They've not been fully, equipped with, a standard operating template, for them to know and appreciate the level, of their responsibility in our society. And that's why, it seems that they just went off the cuff completely. Probably also because they are not being well compensated, remunerated. Everybody that drives a flashy car, maybe they think, they can extort, from there, very unfortunately, and it's very condemnable.
Is it international pressure that has persuaded you as the governor, the government, the president to finally speak out about what is going on and what protesters have been demonstrating for so long in Lagos and in Nigeria?
There are no international pressure whatsoever. These are genuine protesters that we all believe, we all acknowledge. I was the only first governor, amongst with due respect to all my other colleagues who all came out to meet with them. I was the first that led from the front. I carried the NSAD flags, with them. I met with them twice, and we all had the rally together. We all walked together.
Do you genuinely believe that there will be change as a result of what has happened over the past couple of weeks? I mean, there seems no genuine...
I genuinely, Becky, I genuinely believe there will be change for 2 reasons. One, what has happened, especially in Lagos, is is extremely unimaginable. That's number one. Number two, it was a clarion call, for all of us in government, especially, understanding and realizing, what the youth, what they truly want us to be doing, So it hit all of us like a thunderbolt, and it was just, a wake-up call.
So there you have it. First of all, we have Governor Sanwo-Olu saying that 2 people died at the Lekki Tollgate. Now, you still have a lot of people claiming that the Tollgate shooting did not happen. You have people saying that the videos were doctored. But yet again, Governor Sanwo-Olu says 2 people died. He says it happened and people died. Now, the governor said he only has evidence of 2 people dying. And he insists that there is no indication of anybody else dying. He said that up until now, there is no report of any missing person. However, if you go online, you find that the NSAS protesters have compiled lists of missing persons. These are people whose loved ones have said that the last time we spoke to them was on Tuesday evening and they were at the toll gate. The governor also said that when he visited the toll gate, there was no sign of blood. Those 2 people over the gate. Now, I have heard observers out things. The governor himself said the hospital who he said were injured in the shooting. So if there can be 2 dead and several wounded without blood on the scene, why does the governor think that the absence of blood means that there couldn't have been more deaths? So that's the first objection that people are raising. Now, the second objection that people are raising is Loma. Loma cleaned the scene on Friday, the 23rd. I'm showing you pictures from Loma. The director Ibrahim Odubomi led a team that they tweeted Loma MDCEO end quote. I tweeted that pictures up day on the 24th, but that has been now. So if you have one official government handle and 2 government, the toll gate scene was cleaned up. First thing.
This is The Voice Note on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It was why we sang and danced in the night, why we lit fires that burned through the night, why we chose a flag colored in freedom, for now we would be kings in this our kingdom. But our first head of state was Igbo, and the next, though a soldier, also Igbo. Then Angas ruled, followed by Hausa, and then came the turn of Yoruba. Then Hausa came back for a term cut short, when power was taken by an Hausa gunshot. Then Gwari claimed his turn to rule, but a mandate stolen was was his downfall. Then Kanuri came, and it's quite probable that he'll still be ruling if not for that apple. Then Yoruba returned not once but twice. Then Hausa returned but died. That titanic shift, and now we can see that Hausa is back, leaving me with this troublesome thought: where in all this is my own president? For where I was born is not where I'm from, and where I'm from is not my home. So when the tribes gather, I often wonder who